We're almost halfway through. All right. What is popping, everybody? Day 18. We are almost halfway through the book. We literally did 18 days. I'm gagging that I did live. I went live every day for 18 days. This is crazy. 18 days. 18 days. All right, guys. So I'll be honest with you. I'm getting a little fatigued. But I think it's like I'm just tired because I just have a lot going on. And then like things not working the way I need them to work. Like I'm easily irritable. Like even like things like how this light keeps going in and out. Like when at first I was doing it, at first I had got this all set up, the light was perfect. And then all of a sudden, like the lighting always continues to like fluctuate. It like sends me that it does that. Like it goes light and then it goes dark. And like little things like that like irritate me. So I feel like I'm getting irritated a lot easier instead of week 3. Like I'm like so agitated, but I'm trying not to be so agitated. And I'm tired, and I'm live every day. It's now a commitment that I've decided to do, which I love to do, but it's still like it's a lot, having to focus on this. And then you have those thoughts of other things coming into your mind. Well, what if this works? What if this doesn't work? And my apartment is still not settled. So, like, I still have boxes and I'm still going through my transition with all of the relationship stuff. So, I'm just like really on edge. But I go to the gym, I try to do other stuff, but like things are not where I want them to be and moving the way I want them to be. And I can't fully control it. So it's a little bit frustrating. And then to top it all off, like I just feel like I keep getting tried. Like my boy was trying to tell me to go buy some crypto today and I need to sign up for an account. And then I realized my ID is lost. And I'm like, where the fuck is my ID? Like I never lose my ID. So I can't find my ID. My ID is gone. It's like it's always something. I'm feeling like it's just like just a little agitated. But I'm learning. I think my test is to stop complaining and not focus on the negative. Because I feel like I keep getting tested with things in my personal life that irritate me. I'm really being challenged with having a mindset of positivity, but I'm really like, it's hard because I'll be like, sometimes I want to complain. I really want to complain. But then I do nothing. You do the complaining and that changes nothing. You just get more irritated. I'm just feeling like I'm in an irritated mood. And I don't know why. I'm just irritated. You know? Have you ever been like that where you just feel like, oof, I'm aggravated as hell. Or I'm easily triggered. Um, so that's a little bit that's kind of what I'm going through right now. Just to be honest. Um, I'm a little short. I'm going in and out like this. I'm a little irritated. But there's no real reason why. I'm just easily agitated right now. Somebody said it could be old feelings coming up. Yes. Yes. Well, it's the sacrifices that I've made. It's the not going on the other channel. It's the not really making money over there, but not really fully monetized over there. So you get those thoughts like, oh my gosh. Then it's the apartment stuff, but then it's also like I don't have my apartment is not fully furnished yet because I'm still waiting for the transition that I'm going through. So I was like, I haven't bought anything. But then when you buy stuff, that's expensive. But then on top of that, it's like, well, you're not working over here. So then you're spending money here, but then you're spending money there. Then you got to furnish your whole apartment, but then you're furnishing the whole apartment without the hot water. Then you have to go live every day. then you're losing your ID, and then it's just this, it's that, and then the computer works how I want to work sometimes, then it doesn't work, and then it's like I'm irritated. Then you can't smoke, I can't drink, and then I'm trying to build another platform, which is stressful enough. And then you have the doubt, like, is it going to work? Is it going to build? Is it moving fast enough? Are you doing it right? It's just a lot of different variables. And then now I'm learning now that I have to kind of watch my diet because it's part of the bad news. They told me I was on the borderline of the pre-diabetic, like I was like at 5.7, something like that. So I got that news the other day. So I'm just like, oh. So I kind of like now I gotta like focus every single thing that I eat. Like I gotta work out even harder. I gotta make sure like every little thing just so I can get below that line again. So it's just like, uh, my God. Then I went to get my global entry pass for the airport. And because I had got the wet and reckless in Atlanta, Georgia back in 2015, now I'm under review to see if if the supervisor will approve me to get my global entry so I don't have to wait in the lines at the freaking TSA. So it's just like one thing after another, after another, after another, I keep getting tried. And I'm just like, okay, what? Why am I being tried like this? I'm just irritated. And then I have to go work. And it's like, I don't feel like working, but I still have to work, you know? Ugh. Anyway, that's what it's giving for me right now. I have to just be honest. But week third, and I think I spoke too soon about week 3 because, I go through a lot of, it's like I'm very irritable right now. Very, very irritable. And then sometimes I'm also learning like sometimes you feel like things are not coming or things are not working. You just gotta shift, but you're being tested. I feel like I'm being flushed of like different things. And I'm also think I'm getting mad, like irritated with myself because now I'm having to realize I have more vices that I need to get rid of that slow me down. So at first I thought it was this, this, and that. And now as I'm doing the cleanse, I'm over those and I'm realizing I'm filling my time up with other bullshit. And it's like, so this got to go too. So these are vices too. It's like, oh my God, how many issues do I have? You know what I mean? Um, so yeah, that was a little rant today. Day 18 though. We're here. We're here. We're here. We're here. We're here. We're here. We're committed and we're day 18 strong. Um, okay. But I will say this. I got a beautiful message. Let me see. See if I can share it. Hold on. Mm, maybe I go to Instagram. All right. This woman just sent me a beautiful thing that I loved. She said, "Armand, I just wanted you to know that my life is in a completely different place right now, and I don't think it's coincidental that I'm doing this cleanse. Thank you so much. I feel so extremely motivated, and so many positive things are coming to me." So shout out to her. Shout outs to her for that. I love that. I need that because it's easy for me to focus on a lot of things going on. My finger still hurts like a mother, or my thumb knuckles huge still. So it's like when you guys give me positive feedback, I'm like, okay, It's working. I'll stay here. You know what I mean? We're getting things done. It's necessary. So I love that you guys do that because it helps. It helps me. So thank you. Um, so here we go. Um, and then two, I still have to go. I'm getting the merchandise together for you guys too. For the people that already ordered, I didn't forget, but yeah, somebody said it hurts, but it's probably gonna be like that forever. So I just have to get used to it. It's gonna probably be like that forever. It is what it is. Accept it. All right. Money comes to me effortlessly and easily. Oh, I needed that. If you've held thoughts in the past that the only way money can come to you is through a job, then let that thought go. Can you appreciate that as you continue to think that it must be what you experience? Tell a different story. Money can come from any and every direction. Amen. We needed that. Let's read that again. Money comes to me effortlessly and easily. If you have held thoughts in the past that the only way that money can come to you is through your job, then let that thought go. Can you appreciate that as you continue to think that it must be what you experience? So, as you continue to think that it must be what you experience, that is what's going to come. Oh, so can you appreciate that as you think that it must be what you experience? So, whatever it is that you think that money can come to you from different angles and everywhere, that must be your experience. So, tell a different story. Money can come from any direction in every direction. Period. We love that. We love that. We love that. We're going to keep that out. Someone said money has been showing up in the mail, not by my own effort. Wow. Someone said definitely needed this workable money on my mind. You and me both. Let's get into day 18. Reflection. Reflect on unexpected emotions or tears that have come up this week. How do these moments feel like a release, and what might they be clearing from your life? Like I just said, I feel like I'm being very agitated. I feel agitated, and I feel that I'm being tested to change my perception and thought pattern. I realized I need to focus more on being action oriented versus being reactive and complaining. Because it gets me actually nowhere. It actually makes me more irritated. But I will say this. Despite all the doubt and the things that come into my mind, I was sleeping today and I was thinking to myself, Armand, and this is not to shit on anybody that doesn't live in California or anything, but sometimes it's easy to think about what you don't have, what you want. I'm just like, I remember there was a point where I couldn't even, I will never forget. I was literally rummaging through my couch for nickels and dimes for a 69-cent taco at Del Taco. I will never forget that. To now being able to live, and I've lived in so many different apartments in LA, from high rises to lofts to mid rises, West Hollywood, Hollywood, downtown. $5,000 rent, 4,000, 3,000 studio, whatever. I did it. To be able to like now work for myself, fix my teeth, get any cosmetic procedures that I want done. I've been able to gradually upgrade my vehicles. I've traveled, and now I live in LA, and I drive a freaking 2024 red 2-seater Corvette Stingray. I'm like, wow, motherfucker. You really manifested that shit from the beginning. And so I just was like, I'm really grateful for where I'm at, because the fact that I'm not only living in LA, like I'm living in LA, like I'm comfortable, like I'm here. Like I'm not just here with 50 roommates, struggling to, I don't know, be an actor. No, I'm here comfortably. I drive one of the nicest cars in the world. Got a nice spot. I'm here, and I'm doing my own thing, and I have to appreciate that, and I'm so grateful for that, because it's like I look at the things that I've obtained, and then sometimes I get a little non-appreciative, because I'm like, well, shit, if I moved to Dallas, what could I have if I lived there? Maybe I should go to freaking Memphis, so I can be freaking like give me a 5,000 square foot house with a freaking infinity pool. But then I'm like, well, do I really want to live out there? I'm going to be grateful that you live in LA on this level. But then I'd be thinking, shit, if I lived in freaking Atlanta, my money could go so much farther. But I tried to, that's when the other side kick in. It's like, you idiot, why are you sitting here spending all this money in LA? Do you know what you could have in Texas? But I'm like, I don't want to live in Dallas. But you know what I'm saying. So it's like, Jesus. But I'm still trying to grow even more, But, and now I'm just taking risks because I've not worked for real on my other channel. But I'm grateful for like what I've been able to attain. I'm just like, you got to step back and be like, you know what? If this is all that I've accomplished and I've died tomorrow, I did good. I did good. Everything that I say I wanted, I've gotten, from my car to my area where I want to live to getting my veneers. Now I'm about to get my hairline done. And these are procedures that motherfuckers like dream of getting and can't, or they have to, So many people want to get their teeth done. So many people want to get their hairline done. So many people want to drive sports cars, and sometimes people have to pick. So I need to be grateful for being even in a position to do what I want to do sometime, And I just, it's like, sheesh, I got to be really grateful for what I have. And so I'm grateful. I'm grateful. Yes, I complain, but this is the best life I've lived so far. I think this time right now is the best I've been living so far. And I got to be grateful for that. I have to be grateful because there's somebody out there that has it a lot worse. And I had it a lot worse. And if you don't show gratitude, you will find yourself back to a place where you really don't want to go. So, it's just important to be grateful for everything. I got some new toys today. I actually had a new idea. Um, I'm gonna play with it. I don't know how it's gonna work, so I can give content on both channels. Um, we're gonna see. I'll give you guys a little tidbit. You know what? I was gonna give you a tidbit, but if I'm being honest, I don't really want to give too many tidbits out because I feel like I've been giving stuff out, and I feel like people been trying to kind of jocking our shit, our swag over here, but not really saying nothing. You gotta watch the observers. Is that the spirit they call it? The monitoring spirit. I feel like we've got monitoring spirits around. I was about to start talking because I feel like this become a safe space. And see, I feel like I'm just my spirit is telling me that there's monitoring spirits around this channel. They see what we're doing and they're trying to take it. But they're not saying anything, they're just monitoring. So I was gonna say something, but I'm not. Because I feel like I don't know, I can't quite pinpoint it, but I feel like there's a monitoring spirit around. And because I've been in a heightened sense, I haven't really said anything. I just noticed it, but there's a monitoring spirit around. I don't know. Aren't monitoring spirits going to be there? Yes, they are. They're going to be there, but it's up to me to keep feeding it. I'm not going to keep feeding it with all my damn ideas. Sometimes I'm just going to just do it. You know what I mean? They are always going to happen, but I don't need to lead the spirit to water. No, we can't avoid it. So, here's the thing. The monitoring spirit only becomes a problem when they just stay monitoring. You can monitor, but monitor with support too, you know? And listen, you guys don't want to, I found myself slightly being a monitoring spirit sometime. So look, can we talk? Because now we're being honest. You've probably been a monitoring spirit too. But sometimes you be like, oh shit, you know what? Maybe I should congratulate. Maybe I should thank. Maybe I should. Because everything ain't everybody all the time. Sometimes it's us too. Okay? Let's just call it a thing. We are not perfect. Everybody is not doing things to just us. We are not always victims. I'm not always a victim. Sometimes I am the predator. Sometimes I'm wrong. Sometimes I'm the asshole. And so are you. So what we got to do is start to check ourselves and say, hey, if I don't really like a monitoring spirit, maybe I shouldn't be moved like a monitoring spirit too. You know what I'm saying? So you just want to make sure that you give you, because I've been that way before too. I've been that way and didn't support people, but then I'm like sitting back, but subconsciously I didn't realize I was doing it on purpose. I wasn't doing it on purpose. I just subconsciously was just like in my own world, and I just kind of was like maybe not really focusing on that. So I think that in a nutshell, let's support each other. Let's all lift each other up in love and monitor and support and encourage, because it takes a lot to be vulnerable. It takes a lot to go through this cleanse. It takes a lot, you know? So I want to shout out to y'all. Shout out to everybody that supports this. Um, I get so many now. I get people even like I get even people now, and see, I don't want to make nobody mad, but I get people now that's just like, oh, I need the book. I need the book. Well, I send them a link, get the book. But now people are starting to jump in on it. But at first, and I was kind of nervous, like, oh, people are going to unfollow me because they don't like this kind of content, because they just want to be messy. But then I got to the point where I was like, you know what? That. They don't decide what's cool. I decide what's cool. I'm here for the people that are here for me, you know? But if I'm being honest, like, I was a little nervous because I was like, well, what if they don't think I'm cool anymore because I'm not getting into the tea? You know? But I have to realize, no, we create what's cool. We set the trends here. And so now I have people that I thought wouldn't think this is cool. They're like, oh, I love this book. I need this book. Or I read a chapter, or I just bought the book. Or people that I've never even engaged with before, they're engaging with me more now. So I'm realizing, oh, you were just waiting for a shift. So maybe you were monitoring me, not in a bad way. You liked me, but you didn't feel like you couldn't find a way where your brand or you could work alongside me. So now you're finding, oh, we can work together because now it's not as messy. Now I can come out the bushes and be like, oh, I fuck with you. So I do appreciate that too. So yeah, just a little food for thought. Abla says, you're right where you need to be. Absolutely. And so are you. Somebody said, you will have strong supporters from the uplifting content. One thing I just said, I was talking to my homie today because he was like, child, you need to get back on that Wendy Williams stuff. I'm like, I might go over there. I'm going to try some different type of content over there. Same style, but I'm going to just try to deliver a little bit different. I'm going to see what that gives. But I'll honestly say, with the least amount of people here, I feel like y'all are here for me and for yourselves. Y'all donate, y'all support. Them people over there, we need you to get online. You need to go. They don't send no coins. I could be in the middle of my sleep. I don't know, maybe y'all watch the video, y'all do a writing prompt, y'all do a thing, affirmation. Somebody could send me $5, $20, $25, $100. Thank you, Armand, for just creating the space. Or somebody from the chat bless me for this because we met in the Discord, and I just want to say without this, this wouldn't happen to me, so I just want to give something back to you. That doesn't happen over there. And I'm not saying it's just about the money, but imagine this is what happens with this small community where it's not even just about me. Y'all are hanging out together and sending each other money. Now, listen, on another thing, if this go left, don't put me in it. But I'm just saying, but I don't think it will go that way because we haven't curated a space of drama and mess in our Discord in here. And that's just not going to be tolerated over here. We're just not on that. But so it's not even just me. You guys are now supporting each other and uplifting each other. And I live for that. You know? So I thought that was really dope because I feel like even with the Discord, I look at you guys uplift each other. You guys are sharing content and juicing tips, and why it's so important is because while we have family and we have friends and we have associates, everybody's not always on the same page and we can't really talk to people that we know. And then sometimes we don't really fool with everybody, but like we're on our phones, we're on our internet. So for that 1 hour a day, or when you can go to your Discord and you're like, okay, that's my sister or my brother in the Discord, where I can turn it on and turn it off. She can't get on my nerves too much because I don't really know her. But then I can build a relationship with a person that's way outside of here that me and her, like, we can probably be cool. Maybe we can do a visit. Who knows what this can foster into? I'm speaking it. I keep saying this and I mean it. The people that are on this cleanse with me now and on this journey with me now, these are going to be these are the people that's going to be a part of my team. I don't know which one of you guys it is, but as this grows, I know the people in my Discord, the early people on my channel, they're going to be a part of my team. And it's not a part of my team like how I had moderators on the Armand Wiggins show, because they came and went, and it was more like it was drama based. So if they didn't like something I said, or if they didn't like this, but this is more like we're building, and I feel like people are going to want to be a part of the wellness movement, and I think that through this, people are going to unlock and uncover new things about themselves in new directions that they never thought that they would do, because they thought, hey, I've never done a cleanse, or maybe I didn't like this. And then they found like, shit, I love this. I'm all invested. And hell, maybe I want to be a coach. So I just like the idea that we're starting something that we don't know how it ends, but we know that it can be like, we can really build something from the ground up, because this takes ground up building. It takes people to be on the same page and people to be strong and believe, and look, can we have a real conversation? It's important now because I know me, and I just know that when I set my mind to something, when I decide to take it there, I'm going to take it there. And not to be negative, but just to be real, it's like everything is good now because what? We get 62 viewers. 62, maybe 100, maybe the video average is 100, 800 people. Doesn't mean those monitoring spirits aren't there, right? We're just not, quote unquote, big enough or powerful enough yet. But just because we're in this space, you got to remember, we're still small. That's why it's important that I'm in tune with you guys. I'm not always the most organized. I'm working it out, but it's just me, and I got a lot of shit going on. So I don't pretend to know it all. But you got, how do I say this? Of course it's good now. Just like I used to tell the female rappers and stuff. It's good now because you're the underdog. No one really knows you in the space, or no one knows how it's going to do. The monitoring spirits are just watching. This shit blow up to 200,000 subscribers. We selling books after books after books, and we're doing tours and retreats, and I'm, changing people's lives, and we're changing people's lives, and this thing with testimonies after testimonials. Then we got to get ready for, the monitoring spirits to try to come out and say, it's a fraud. I bought the book and it didn't work. He scammed me. You see? But what's important is it's y'all from the baseline, from the beginning, that will know that's not true. It's just we got bigger and they got jealous because they were monitoring from the beginning, So I prepare for all of that stuff. And that's why it's important to build the core. So when the battle comes, everybody knows, no, that's not what this is. See, you can't think everything is going to be all good, because with good comes bad. Heaven, hell, light, dark. So There's just nothing in it for them right now. But you always prepare. That's why I'm building my team. Oh, I don't ever think that it's going to be so sweet where I'm going to try you. But that's why it's so important to have your people on lock, you know? Because they'll be quick to call you a fraud in a minute, or a scammer, or a liar. The book didn't work. It's a cult. They're dibbling and dabbling, you know? I'm not saying that it's going to give that, but you just got to be prepared for whatever. I just wouldn't think my thing is I prepare myself for stuff like that just so I don't get surprised if it do happen. Does that make sense? So and then you have the Bible thumpers who are half in and half out, right? My mama used to be like that, but she kind of gets it now. But what I love about the content that we're doing now, like my sister's Jewish, my other sister's Christian, I don't subscribe to a denomination. I like, this is why people say, well, let's do the reading and stuff here. I try to keep it separate because I want everybody to be able to come here, whether you like divination and metaphysics, or if you're Baptist or Jewish or Catholic or Buddhist, you can still do the manifestation cleanse. But I have one of my homies. Well, actually, I'll say Akbar. She's a key. She's one of my homies, but and I just let her have it. We don't talk about it, but because she gets on the phone, she be trying to preach to me. She cackles me so bad because I think she was on Instagram the other day. Speaking in tongue and and then shit running speaking of Kanye. I think she said I just seen Kanye. I said, now why would she get on there and do that? But that's my girl. She was running into Kanye. I said, she's a king. No, but listen. So, but she'll post little stuff like, the crystals are not this. It's this, So then you get your Christian people. She always called me, Armand, that stuff that you're doing, that's not of God and this, that, and the third. Then you notice like the church people, they'll try to do the similar thing, but they'll do it in a way where they're trying to make it seem like, well, we're doing it the right way because we're using the Lord. You know what I mean? So you have to watch all of that. So they'll try to like downplay you because they're like, well, we're manifesting, but we're saying God. So this is the right way. But it's all the same shit. You know what I'm saying? But they'll do that. Black people do that a lot. And when we get into the crystals, I think that we should do a whole crystal breakdown on here. Crystals is even in the Bible. I think it's, what crystal was that was in the Bible that was in the sea? Hold on, let me see. What crystal was in the Bible? I think it started with an O. I think it was like opal. Hold on. There was it was either topaz. Oh, look, they had rubies, sapphires, topaz. I think it was an opal crystal though. the only thing is, the Bible doesn't what is the healing crystal? Oh, no. No, they said now the Bible does not assign mystical properties to crystals, and it warns against superstition and um idolatry. But I just personally feel as though you don't have to idol the crystals. But for me, there's no way that these big, beautiful things come out of the ground from the earth and don't have any type of energy. And they're just supposed to sit there and do nothing. And there's crystals in all of our like there's crystals in our countertops and our floors. Like we worship diamonds and gold. You know, we those are pearls, all these things, different things. Um so I don't know. I love my crystals because I feel like why would God put these things? Like, I'm just not a person that just believes, especially when it comes to Christianity. For me, if I really want to know my real tea, I cannot subscribe to Jesus is coming, Jesus is coming, Jesus is coming. I'm supposed to live here, not going through more than I can bear till I'm 80 or 90 years old, unhappy, with all these different resources and things that are beautiful on earth, but my head is supposed to be down. I'm supposed to just be praying, going through struggle because God is going to fix it on the main line and then I die. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to be on I'm not doing that. I don't believe that I'm supposed to be here on this earth and not enjoy what's here. I mean, obviously, there's levels to it, but you mean to tell me I can't have a big, beautiful amethyst crystal in my house? I can't have a selenite crystal in my house? Why? But I can wear diamonds, like, where I can wear jewelry. Like, why? Why can I not I'm part of the earth too. Why cannot, like, these are beautiful, beautiful stones and crystals and things. Why can I not admire their beauty? Why do I have to sit and go to a church, pray, which is nothing wrong with that. But I just felt like for a long time growing up in church, Christianity felt like poverty. It felt like struggle. It felt like I was supposed to be here just to pray, go through hell, and then only to be saved and have a better life when I die. It's like, I can't do that. You know? I don't know. I just felt like I just felt like when I was growing up, it always felt like we had to struggle and it would be fixed when we went to heaven. And I was just like, why can't we enjoy what's here? You know? So I don't know. Those are just my little thoughts on that. Like, obviously, with anything, there's boundaries, but I just don't like when people try to denounce what we do here and make it seem like, you know, if we're manifesting, if we're doing things like that, speaking things into existence, then it's somehow of the devil. And when all actuality, in my opinion, it's all the same thing to me. It's just the name that you give it and the energy behind it. You see what I'm saying? So you can say prophet, you can call it a psychic. You can say spells, you can say prayers, you can say, you could say meditate, you can say pray. I don't know. It's all the energy behind it. You can say ritual, you can say communion. I don't know. It's the energy behind it. You can say God, you can say the universe, you can say both, whatever you want. It's the energy behind it for me. And the intention, yes. But I refrain from those people, especially those people that use religion as a way to demean what it is that others are doing, because to me, that's not of God. To be of God is to be of understanding to me, and to really, and you can guide people, but you don't speak death onto people. You don't speak negativity into people. And I find that a lot of those like Bible thumping people are some of the most judgmental people, but live some of the most reckless lives. They cheat, they lie, they steal, they smoke, they drink, they curse. They do everything everybody else do. I love my sister. I love Akbar. That's my girl. But it's like, girl, she tells me about God. And like, Armand, that's not what you're doing. But you got a song talking about baddie, baddie, shot o'clock, and you got a big neck, big back, and you beating bitches up on TV. You know what I'm saying? So we all fall short of his word. Amen. You know? But she be on my neck about that. Um, I could call her right now, but that'd be a whole 2-hour live. Let me see if I can call her. Let me see what she's gonna say. Hold on. Hold on, let me see. Let me see. Hold on. She might be busy right now because she's not answering. Let me see if the calling work. I think that the call in may be gone now. I do have another phone though. Maybe I'll use that other phone for the call in so people can call in. But it's only one number. Hold on, let me see. Because I think BlogTalk is gone. I think BlogTalk is gone. It just stopped working. Let me see. Let me see. Because it has stopped working for a while. Oh wow, so they're not. Oh yeah, they closed BlogTalk because they can't take no more payment. Oh wait. Dang, I can't. I've been having this since 2015. It's so many good shows on Blog Talk. Man, this is how I started, bro. Dang, they getting rid of Blog Talk. Dang. And it used to can get paid on here. This is where I started my show. Damn.
Welcome to BlogTalk Radio.
I'll try it. Let's see.
To start your show now.
Your show is scheduled to start in 35 seconds.
Not it's going to work at the end. Wait a minute. It's finally finna work? Are you kidding me?
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Blog Talk Radio.
Okay. You can actually call in. Wow, this must be now, girl. You had spoke that up. I don't know what. Y'all remember I've been trying to do the call in for months at this time. At this point, now the number work. Oh, It must be time to get into some things. Well, y'all can call in now, sure. Somebody had manifested Blog Talk to work like that. Somebody really had wanted to call in. Now, how did you do that? Wow. How did you do that? That was crazy. Okay. Now, don't y'all start arguing and stuff. We can respectfully disagree. Do not be mean to each other, okay? We're not trying to be mean. We're just talking. But y'all can have a difference of opinion. The number is 563-999-3658. So if anybody want to call in. The line is open, so call. Well, what are y'all saying? Don't delete, don't do. Listen, don't delete nobody comments. Just let. What are y'all arguing about? Okay, the line is open, so y'all should call in if y'all want to discuss it. Give your opinion and call in. So okay, no means please. God made everything. Okay, so nobody's calling in. Or let me see if it worked. Are y'all trying to call in? Let me see. Because I'm over here like wore out. Like, oh, what happened? Hold on. Let me see. Oh, it'll let you call in. Oh, it lets you call in. Oh, y'all just not calling in. So y'all made me do this and it's working and y'all not calling in? Oh, girl, y'all played. Y'all played a game and y'all know Blog Talk don't be working. Somebody asked, can they do the call-in show? Y'all want to give y'all thoughts on what we're talking about? Y'all give y'all thoughts on that. Y'all can give y'all thoughts about how you are on the cleanse, so I can hear from you. How is it helping? You talking about, girl, we on day 18. If anybody give one an opinion. Okay, 0600. What's going on? Hello?
Hello?
Hey.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Oh, wow. Hi, Armand.
Hey, what's going on?
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling really, really good. I'm sorry, my alarm going off. I love this cleanse. And I also love everything you were talking about just now about Christianity, crystals, and all that. You got to do a whole, video on that.
Okay, yeah. So give me your opinion on that. What you think?
So I was raised very Christian. And I've been very spiritual since I was a child, but just because I've been had such a good relationship with God or the universe, it was revealed to me that I shouldn't be identifying myself as a Christian. And that took me like to a dark place that my family will never understand, because you have to like, start unlearning things and start realizing you're wrong about a lot of stuff. And it really made me like the best version of me. And to this day, my family, they don't get it. They probably look at me like a Satan worshiper. But one day it's all going to be revealed to us that this is where we come from. And I had to come to a point where I was okay with looking like that to them.
Yeah, and you know what a lot, like, to add to that, what else comes a lot with that, and there's just a lot of I like the word unlearning you said, because when I think about my family, like, it was like, not only is there this traditional Christianity like practices and things like that, but it also flowed into regular like everyday life in my household. Like, from my grandparents and my dad's, like, they don't like to go to the doctor. They don't take medicine. They don't do therapy. All that shit, I feel like, comes from the church. All of that, like, it's like it's all rooted in that, and it's like. But then we eat horrible, and we're dying, and we got high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, all this shit going on. But we don't go to the doctor. We don't believe in therapy. We don't take the medicine. And it's like all these conspiracy theories that's all tied in and bundled into, I feel like, that religion.
Yes. It's religion. And once Black people wake up and realize we have been conditioned in the worst way, that's why, I hate to say it like this, but that's why we are not the superior, race. And when it comes to certain things, like it's true, because if we start realizing, like you just said, when you said is it a communion or is it a ritual? Like, which one? Like, because you have an issue with what I'm doing. Is it diamonds or is it crystals? Like, which one? It's the contradiction. Like, it's really hard for Black people to realize, obviously, because of what we've been through, especially in this country, how much we have been conditioned and how much we don't realize we are, if anybody's this Satanist or whatever you want to call it, it's for the Christians and these agnostics out here. Because, like you said, we frying the chicken in a pig's feet. We not going to the doctor. We not, and then even like my mother, right? She's an RN, but she does, like, obviously follow pharmaceutical patterns. I'll do something holistic, and she's like, no, and I'm like, Ma, this is herbs. Really? Do you believe in God or don't you? Because this is what's natural. This is, and once we will all be free when we wake up from that. And I have to come to a place where I don't care that my family judges me. They know I come with the most love. They know I live a very positive life. They know I have a lot of protection over my life, but they still can't see. Even, especially in comparison, not to say it like that, but it's like, even with all that, me being the one who ain't had drama and has really tried on my life, and they, it still don't matter, because even with all the funky stuff they got going on in their head, the way they're conditioned, they live in their life righteously.
Yeah.
I would love for my family to wake up from that one day so we could thrive, because that's why, you know how it is. Like, you post a picture, Armand, how many Black people hating on each other? Like, oh, why he got this? Why he doing this? We're conditioned in such a way that we don't even see.
Yeah, and then it's like, my family does it too. It's like that way has to be the right way, and it's just like, I don't have to do it the way that you do it to be right, or because you're not necessarily right either, because I don't like your way. Your way, like, and then sometimes their way, I don't feel like God, to me, is just a restrictive God. And I just feel like this whole idea wrapped around Christianity is about being restrictive on earth until you die to be free. I don't like that.
When you said that, I was like, dang, when you were like, literally, it's like living your life to die. It's for your afterlife. You're living your whole life for your afterlife. Yes, you should, but to a degree. Like, that's so true.
I don't like that.
It's true. I don't like, because they restrict themselves from everything. How many people do we know in these relationships because they feel like they need to honor their marriage, or choosing a husband over their kids because they feel like that's what they're supposed to do, and that's the order, and this is that, and you be quiet, and this is how we do it. it's. I mean, I grew up heavily in the church. I went to Pastor Jamal Bryant's church, but that's another story. The stuff that goes on in the church, it's crazy. It's way crazier than people who decide to just devote their life to understanding, first of all, their higher self. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Then God's going to lead you to him or to her, to that. Because then that him and her stuff, that's a whole nother story too. Yeah,
Yes.
the conditioning is bad. And they're starting to get, now that I'm 30, they're starting to see, like, you know what? She really be chilling. Like, she really come in here with the positive vibe. She ain't got no drama. She ain't had to call us for nothing. And it's not necessarily, not to be rude, but it's not necessarily the case like that with everybody else in my family.
But you
like,
know what else they'll do?
always...
But you know what else they'll do? You'll watch out for this too. And this is why this is also important, not to cut you off. But you got to watch out because it's so crazy. Because we also, like, religion has conditioned folks so bad to think that if you're not singing or speaking the same tune as them, but good things are happening for you, that somehow, it all goes back to, well, the devil knows how to give you the desires of your heart too. The devil can give you reward you too. So it's like, no, I'm not worshiping the devil. I'm just living a cool life and I'm being blessed and shit is just happening. Just because I'm not doing it how you want me to do it does not mean the devil is blessing me.
Yes, literally. I posted a picture of me meditating, and my best friend, who is my sister, she was like, you talking about how you letting all these demons in your life, but I feel like when I'm crying and pleading to God, I'm letting a lot of bad energy in my life. I feel that way. But when I'm in my peace and my quiet and I'm doing my meditation centered and I'm not, like you said, on my hands and knees, Lord, please help. That's desperation is the issue. Like, that's what you don't want to do.
Well, see, here's the thing. See, that's where it's different for me because I love a good cry, shout in church. Like, that's why I don't like to go to the new churches because I do like to run, shout, and dance. Like, I love that. Like, I don't really like churches now that have become so focused on being part of hip hop culture and being part of social media. I don't really like those churches. Give me the first lady with the veil and the big hats, and we running around, and we might go past 3 because we shouting. I don't like the churches where the pastor don't even live in the city, but he flying in on a drone, and he's got this here filming here and this one here, and he's a celebrity. I don't like those kind of churches. Like, I like to shout, and, maybe the old lady helping you and her breath stink. You know what I mean? That's the kind of church I like.
Yes. No, I feel that way, too. I like to shout. When people still invite me to churches, I'm a shouter, too. I'm very, very that way. It's not wrong with crying and pleading, but I feel like they kind of teach you, like, you are at, I don't know, like an enslavement. Where I understand the master mentality, like master this, master that, but it's like, in a way, it's like a plead, like you're pleading. And I think God wants us to already know it's happening. Like, you talk about this stuff too, like it's already happening. So you should be shouting. You should read. I'm a good crier. Like, I will cry and scream in my prayers too. But I feel like, sometimes in the church they condition you kind of to only be that way. You end up stagnant a little bit. And they'll give you this sad-ass sermon sometimes, and then it's like, okay, then we shouting. But I'm shouting every day. I'm crying every day. I'm living in my truth.
And then, too, obviously, and then here we have now, fast forward 20, 30 years later, all these pastors were up to some bullshit, and then, too, meanwhile, the church politics are so nasty. If you're not a part of the clique or the crew, you don't get to be on the praise team. You can't mime dance. You can't do praise and worship. You ain't talking to this. So it's all an institutionalized game within hierarchy within the church sector too. So it's like all that is a bunch of fluff. And so I just feel like everybody should have their own relationship with God and whatever they believe in. And but also, it is, to me, I would say you can manifest, you can do affirmation cards, and I'm going to have me a crystal. I mean, that may be my thing, but girl, that's what I'm on. Period. Yes. I'm not. It's like, oh, I can't have shit in my house, but stress in the Bible, no.
Stress in the the Bible. Like, that's exactly it. It's what you said about diamonds and gold, but they don't see it that way because, you know, we were conditioned like diamonds and gold are this and all this other stuff is that because they can make money off of diamonds and gold. It's once people start opening their eyes, it makes everything so much better. And the way I found you was when I really started diving into my tarot reading. You ended up in my algorithm, and I'm like, dang, you got a hell of views. Who is this? You know, I don't see many black men. There are a lot of black men tarot readers. I'm not gonna lie, but you had ended up, you know, in my algorithm.
Oh yeah, one of my favorites. You got to watch Through Lynn's Eyes. I love him. That's my stinky. So he's a black one. He's from he's from Philadelphia. I fuck with him too. But yeah, he's good. He just hit 100K. So shout out to him. Tell him I said what's up.
Okay, I'm gonna listen. And I seen you, and then I started seeing, you know, like your other videos. I'm like, oh my God, like he's a whole nother freaking celebrity. I didn't even realize it.
Okay, so you found me through the tarot videos first.
Yes, I did.
Wow.
Yes, I did. And this is around that time. I feel like maybe. Not to bring it up, but like the little toxic stuff. So I didn't. All your other videos was popping up, you know, through my algorithm. I'm like, hold on, it was the one I was just watching for tarot, and that's how I found you.
Wow.
I was like, oh, yeah, that's how I found you. So when you were just talking about last year about how, you know, I want to make these videos about this, but you know, I understand your thought process. You didn't necessarily say this, but you know, you didn't know that you were going to have necessarily this tribe that you do have that want that from you.
Yeah.
And look at us now. Look at you now. We sit here waiting on you to go live. I'm the one who sent you that message earlier, by the way.
Oh, that was you. Oh, yeah. That was such a great text message. Yes. Thank you for that.
Yes.
Yes. Tell me more about that.
No idea. You have no idea. I'm not even going to talk about what my vice is, but it's something I've struggled with 20 years, and I'm 30. Like, it's something that's been very hard for me. And I'm telling you right now, I was like, you know, I had already got the book, and then I remember we were talking about, should we do it first? I want to do it first. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm not doing it first. I'm dedicating myself to this because it's just something really hard for me. Mm-hmm. And just to wrap it up, because I get a little emotional, listen, I cannot believe. I'm so thankful to you. I'm so thankful to God because I'm telling you, what day is it? The 17th, 18th, 19th day?
18th.
Listen, 18th, thank you. It's the 18th day, and I'm not even lying. I'm not gassing you up or lying. These 18 days have been, I'm not lying to you, life-changing. Life-changing. Wow. Life-changing. I didn't even know I could have a life like this fast, this soon, the stuff that I've been desiring. There's no way I'm going back. Like, there's just no way. And I feel so motivated, and I'm glad that you dedicate yourself every freaking day to get on. I know you're busy twice a day doing these damn lives. Oh my God. I'm so happy to see everything at the end of these 60 days. Because in these last 18 days, I cannot believe. I was not even expecting, you know, I had intentions and stuff, but I was not, I did my vision boards and stuff. Yeah. Not my vision boards getting checked off right now. That's not what I expected in January. I cannot believe what's happening in my life right now, and I'll DM you about it more so when it's over.
Yeah. We can wait. We can wait till it's over. But I just like to hear the feedback. But I think also what's super, super important is just like, you know, for the people that may not even be seeing results like right away. It's just the fact that if you've been doing this since we've done it, like from day 1 to day 18, that is a result. Like even for me, to go live for 18 days straight, it's crazy for me. Like to give up, you know, certain people, it takes people can't even give up certain vices for a day, for an hour. To give it up for 18 days, you won.
Yo, and oh my gosh. It just, anybody who's struggling a little bit, I promise you just keep going. I freaking promise you just keep going. Like you said, you're not seeing results in 18 days. That's totally fine. Like, you know how God works. It takes everything works in your favor. Things like you said things got to get moved around. Like, just let the detox happen. Just let it happen.
Yes.
Armand, and you don't even look tired. I'm like, he about to be tired, and you don't even look tired.
Well, because I go to the gym. I go to the gym. I get my mind right, and I try not to think about the negativity. I'm trying to stay out of my head, and I'm just focusing on the mission. But it's moments when I get a random DM from a person like you, and it's like, oh, there's that spark, because it's like, I know this is what I'm supposed to be doing, but then you feel like, well, is it really reaching the people? And then it's like, well, I can't let these people down because these people are invested. And now I feel like I'm leading you guys.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a responsibility here. I've like, you know, and so it's like I gotta lead my people to victory. Shit.
Yeah, listen, even watching you in the gym, I wasn't allowed to go to the gym, but, you know, I have lost some weight in these last few months, but I still want to go to the gym just eating healthy. I'm like, let me go out, take a little walk.
Yeah.
He over here in his shorts and he got his
Absolutely.
muscles. Let me get it together real quick. Armani, you're glowing, and everybody has been telling me I'm glowing like every day, and I just, because that's how God works. That's how the universe works. It's a detox. It's hard. I've had some hard days. I had me a little cry prayer the second day of the year. I'm talking about snap. I crashed out in my bedroom. I was fed up with some stuff, and it was like right after that. It was a release. Like, I'll just say to everybody listening, like, let it happen. Because I was crying after I went to bed that night. I'm like, kind of like, oh, you just crashed out, like feeling a little down. But I said my prayer, did my journaling, got up, still did my affirmations, whatever the case was. Man, I did not know. Just stick in there. We stick it. We're not even halfway there, but it's gonna be worth it. And
yes,
this journaling is great. I might get the book again next year and do it again.
You should.
Like,
you should.
I so would. I might.
And then we're gonna be adding more modules to it. So there'll be the 60-day cleanse, but then we might, you know, as we get advanced, we're gonna be doing, you know, maybe 90, or then we might do a 7-day. Like, we're gonna start trying to do it quicker. So for you guys that are like getting stronger in this, like, it's gonna get to a point where we want to start manifesting things in 7 days. Like, you know what I mean? But you got to be strong, though. Like, you got to be real. You can't, you know, but you got to go through this first. It's like prerequisites. But, you know, it's going to get to a point where we want to manifest stuff in 3 days, in a day. You know, like, it gets like that. Like, I want to get to that point where I got a group of people where we can just say, hey, we need something to shake by this weekend, and boom, it's here.
And I just do the trust in you because you're so human, and you don't act like you above, you know, this. You don't be like, okay, y'all, get it together. I mean, you're very honest. You're like, okay, boo, this is not your time right now, you know. But, and I'm like, and I've seen it just from watching you from the tarot to now, and I've seen it. I came in, you was beefing with some people, or they was beefing with you more so. You wasn't really worried about it. You just had to say your piece. But I'm just watching you go through it and just overcome it. And whether you had to cuss it out, cry it out, whatever the case is, you let it go and you keep it pushing. I'm like, okay, this is someone I can. Okay, well, I'm gonna get this daggone book. I don't feel like journaling every day. But I'm gonna get this book because he knows something that could help me. You know?
Yeah, and then you don't have to do it every day. You don't have to journal every day. Just do what you feel like you should do. Yeah, I was been a journaler, but just for these 60 days, I just want to get my thoughts out. Yeah. Do it. Hey, this is a personal thing. As long as you flip the page and read it, I mean, I feel like you're doing it. You know what I mean? Just so you got to commit to flipping the page every day. And that's why I'm here. So even if you wait to do it while I'm here, I may be here. We're committing. Some of it is just committing to flipping the page and reading it. Because then you might see something that day, you're like, you know, ooh, that really resonates. And you wasn't really feeling it. Because there's times that I don't feel like getting on here. And I think I'm going to just get on and get out. Then I'm here, look now, 2 hours. Because it just takes over.
It takes over. And I'm glad you're doing the videos because, like, even with yesterday, you know, with the, you know, just heightening your senses, you know, just paying attention to everything. I wasn't sure when I read it at first. I was like, I'm not sure what he means, but I'll do it. And then I seen you went live and you kind of went into, I was like, okay, got it. So, yeah, I'm glad you made a separate page for this, too, so anybody could just go back. You doing the damn thing, Armand. I'm so proud
All right,
of you.
thanks. Well, we got one more caller, so let me see what we got.
Okay.
Thank you. Oh, she just hung up. Bye. Let me see if she going to call back. You call back. She said we was taking too long, and I was about to pull her up, and she just hung up. Well, if she don't call back, that was cool. We had a caller, and then she hung up. But that's day 18. Ciao. Feels good. It's been a good day. I'm so sad that Blog Talk Radio is going goodbye. But maybe we'll use this until the 31st. Um, she said, Armand, you get me so upset when you say you can't host when you give us great advice, ideas off the top of your mind. Just be speaking to us because you teach yourself something also. Yes. Okay, 3255, you're live on the air.
Hi, Armand.
Hey, what's going on?
Okay, I won't hold you. I am so nervous. I must say thank you so much for doing this. I've actually been working on I started my new year for my birthday because I feel like, you have endings, you have beginnings. So I started,
Period.
um, doing my thing around my birthday. But
So
in
when was your
December, I
birthday?
said I
Tell us
need
when your
more
birthday was. Tell us when your birthday was so we can give you a
September.
happy birthday. Huh?
September.
Oh, September. Okay. Oh, so you started way before us.
Well, I didn't. I basically was just trying to figure out what it is I need, what I want, because I've been on my healing journey for 5 years.
Okay.
And part of the healing journey forced me into a shell.
Okay.
So I don't really hang out much. All like my friends, like 20 years, we're no longer friends like that. It's nothing negative. It's just I needed to change. I I'm a bishop's kid, and my father's a deacon.
Yeah.
So I don't really practice Christianity in the way that I was raised because of my childhood
Got it.
Christian church trauma. But what I just wanted to say, so when I heard about what you were doing, I'm trying to be quick because I know that we've been talking
No,
for a
take your
while
time.
here.
Take your time. It's cool.
And, and let me just say thank you to the first caller because she said so much that me as one of a lot of other Christian children still. I practice more spirituality, but being that my father's still in church, when I started doing the manifestation fast with you all, a week later I started a 21-day spiritual fast with my father. So I'm basically running a concurrent, like a prison season.
Yeah, you're doing two. Dang, so you're really running it.
Yeah, but I will say that for the first time, I've actually felt like I am on the right path.
Wow.
My 21-day part of it, I get up and we pray every morning. But far as I don't have my journal because again, I found out what you were doing like days before. I think the day you put it on your other channel is when I found out.
Okay.
So I said, oh, this is cute. I think I'm going to do it because I love me some Armand. And, I've watched her grow, and I'm here for it.
Period.
But I would just say that the spiritual part, with all the crystals and everything, we have to remember that we've been taught to fear God. And I don't know about anybody else, but I do not love or like anything I fear.
Ooh.
So being that we were taught to fear God, there's a lot of things that we tend to not subconsciously, we tend to hate or we tend to look at poorly. And we need to switch that. Stop looking half full. Stop looking half empty and look at your cup half full. It's just switching how you think. The crystals and all of that, church people, I have to be honest. You guys are doing a little much with all of the critiques and all of the pointing fingers. And we all know that all of your sins are fresh in the rough. We're not going to take it too far because I don't want to piss anyone off.
Yeah.
But I would just say that it's important that we learn to be more God-loving because he loves us. He's not looking to hurt us. Why would he hurt us if he loves us so much? He's not our parents, okay? Our parents in their human form are more like that. Not our God. He's not looking at us saying you are doing something wrong. He just wants you to do right. He's looking more for compassion. He is a compassionate God, or he, she, whoever you want to call. They are a compassionate God. So you just remember that as you go through your trials and your tribulations and you wake up every day and you're like, I can't do this fast anymore, or whatever it is you're pushing away from and you feel like you want it so bad, just remember that, listen, you can do this. 60 days is not long. And it's honestly following you every day, jumping into the lives every day, jumping into the Discord. I don't comment a lot because part of my journey is me coming back out, me pushing myself back out there because I am a person who does a lot, but and I'm always out or I'm always talking. I've always got people around me and I shut that down and I got comfortable. And sometimes when you get comfortable, you can, are you healing or are you just, existing? Are you just
Mm.
comfortable? So I'm trying to put myself back in a space where I'm coming out of my shell more. Because I ain't gonna lie, I enjoy my shell. I enjoy my alone time. I enjoy being part of the crowd.
Well,
But
and I think when
with
you've
the
gone through a
things that I
lot and
want
you've seen a lot in people, you kind of get put there because it's like a safe space to be like, a lot of people aren't.
to
Listen, the
exactly,
older I get, the realization is I don't need that many people around me. I just need the right people around me, And if you've been around
exactly,
me for
yes.
20 years and I look up one day and you're not the right type of person, you have to go. And I'm okay with that because I believe that the right people will be brought into my life, and I can manifest the right people into my life. Like I will
Exactly.
attract them to me. I will attract the right clients, the right followers, the right people. Like
Hmm.
it is what it is, and part of that is like what you're doing. Sometimes you need to isolate yourself, right, and go into solitude. Not isolation where you're like falling into depression. Solitude where you're
Everybody.
content and you're relaxed. You're at peace. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So see,
But
so you got
again,
to
thank
watch that
you
because if
so
you go
much.
into too far of you get too far, you go into isolation and you fall into depression. That's not what we're looking for. So if that's where you're at or where you were, you need to get out of that
Hmm.
space and get into a
Oh
space of
yeah, we're out of
solitude.
that space.
Yes, it's more
We're
solitude
done with that.
than isolation and depression. Yeah.
It's just putting myself, because I'm self-employed, so I need to communicate more. I need to build my clients, and I'd be like, I don't want to talk to anyone. I don't want nobody to disturb my
Mm.
energy. I am in a good space, but sometimes it's not about somebody disturbing your energy. It's about you knowing how to control or regulate your own, so then you can dip your foot in the spaces and know when to get out. Or, when I'm talking to a group of people, being comfortable talking to them without feeling like, oh my goodness, I do not want to sit in front of all these people. I can't do this right now. I just want to go back to my comfortable space where I'm safe and I don't feel like my inner child is being bothered. Like there's so much that
Yeah.
goes into change when you're doing it the right way, peeling back all those layers. When it's time to, to grow some new foliage, you want it to be right. So I'm in that scary space. But I told myself I'm going to use this time to figure out how do I want to bring myself back to the light,
But the
to
question
be
is, I mean,
more
do we know
present.
why you're in this scary space, and what do you think can get you out of that scary space?
Because I did way too much people pleasing. Like
Okay.
instead of putting myself first, I tend to put those I love first. And so when things go wrong, it's like too much weight was put on me. And not to
Mm.
mention, I went through something very, very, very. I went through a lot of crazy things like a series, but I'll just say the last thing, the straw that broke the camel's back for me was when I was at my lowest, and I'm about to cry. And I needed someone to be there. And this is a person that I've given money to, rides
Mm.
to. I'm taking care of them. I've looked out for. I've done so much for them, helped them with their wedding. And when I needed them, they said, "Oh, my bad, I forgot."
Mm.
And I said, "Wow,
Mm. Mm. Mm.
why it's so easy for my people to forget me.
Forget
Wow,
me. Wow. What about
wow,
so am I not important? Am I not loved? Like, what about me? That was how
right."
I felt the other
And it
day.
wouldn't cost them any money. I just needed them to show up,
Oh,
and
listen,
they
listen, listen.
forgot.
I'm with you because I had broke. No, I'm with you because I had broke my finger and I had to go get it surgery, and I would have did it myself because it was very light. They were just gonna like snap it back in place. Boom. I needed someone to pick me up from the doctor because I was gonna be under local anesthesia. I could not call anybody. Like it was like no one could do it. But
Crazy.
anytime people they have no problem. Literally, I had
No
like one of my
problem.
ex's brothers and mom hitting me up for $1,300, $300 in the midst of me, mind you. I'm texting my ex. He probably don't know, and they don't know that everyone's texting me at the same time. But I done got so desperate. I'm texting my ex from like 8 years ago, like, hey, or hey, can you pick me up? This nigga's not even responding, but his mom and them are hitting me up like, we need money for the light, and I'm just like, I can't call nobody. Is it me? Am I that like? Do people hate me? You know, or do they just not
I
respect
haven't had those
boundaries,
thoughts.
or they just what is it? You know, and so I had to realize what I did was I was angry at first. I was very angry. I sent my mom a text. I was mad at my sister, but I had to realize, you know what? It's okay. Maybe people can't show up that way that I need, but also understand that now there has to be a boundary set, right? And two, I can't expect
Exactly.
certain things from people, and I can't try to expect people to live in the potential that I see for them, right? I have to accept people for who they are, so that I'm no longer disappointed. And with that,
Exactly.
and
And
with
that's
that being
exactly what
said,
I'm on.
and with that being also said, I'm also not overextending myself, because there's this thing in me, and maybe it's probably in you too, where you feel like, we're all family and related under God. It's like, you black, I'm black, you my brother and sister in Christ. Is this, is that, is we all should be
Yeah.
loving each other. If we cool and we're friends and I'm gonna be there for you. But you gotta set that boundary, because them people, they don't mind setting that boundary with you, whether it's consciously or subconsciously. And you got to be okay with that.
Mhm. You're right. And you're right. But that's exactly what I'm on. Like just, just making sure that I protect my energy. I don't have to go into them spaces and just be what they want me to be,
Yeah.
or do things because I don't want to feel bad. Like I can do it. Why wouldn't I do it? I'm not gonna lie. I'm one of the kids whose parents did a little better than other parents, so I never had to like ask for help from my friends, like when it came to needing a place to stay or needing, help with anything as far as money or something like that. I could go to my
Yes.
parents. But I'm the friend that they would come to, and that's what place where it's like, we've been doing the same song and dance for 20 years, and all I needed was people to show up.
That's it.
All I needed was some compassion. All I needed maybe was a hug. Can I get a hug? But I had to learn that that's just not their way, and that's why I ended up being an attachment, because that is my way.
Okay.
I
And so
just have to have boundaries
now that we're back to you now, and we're back to ourselves. So now when we get back outside, because that energy may still present itself, here and there. Have
Exactly.
How are you? What do you think that? How are you gonna first like limit the attraction of that type of energy? Have you thought about that? And then two, if it comes into your life, how do you deal with it?
Well, the energy I started as far as something simple as no, no, with no explanation. No, I can't do that. Oh, I won't be able to. Oh, I'm sorry. No, not right now. That's not in the cards for me right now. Oh no,
Okay.
everything's fine. I can't do that right now.
Okay, so let me ask you.
No,
Let me reframe the
no,
question. Let me
no.
reframe the question, because because I think this is where we kind of have to hold ourselves accountable too, though, right? So
Mhm.
I think if we start kind of seeing patterns, or having the same kind of people in our life, there's something about us that's attracting that. So have you done
Right.
the inner work to see,
You're right.
like, what about me is welcoming this? Do I want these kind of people? Does it make me feel good that these people need me? Is there an itch that I need to fix there? Is there some validation deep
Mhm.
down that I like? Have you went that deep yet to see, like, what is it about these people that you're attracting them to you? Because there's something down inside where it's like you're drawing that in, you know? So that might
Yeah,
be some
and
layers to express.
I can say that one, being that I'm more or in any situation, I'm more of the vocal one. I've always been outspoken as a kid, like very outspoken. Because again, I grew up on a military base, and my
Mm.
family grew up where they grew up. So
Mhm.
when we get together, I was always different. So there was the I'm always different part. And then on
Mm.
on top of that, just not wanting to be treated different, I think without even knowing, I overextended myself. And the crazy
Mm.
part about learning about yourself is realizing while I was overextending myself, I was getting mad at my mom for overextending herself.
Mhm.
And I had to realize, like, girl, you are your mother's child. You do the same thing. Hypocrite.
Yeah.
So it's like, first things first, and this goes especially to the Christians. You need to know yourself. You need to learn yourself. You need to accept yourself. Do your shadow work. Do whatever you have to do to understand and accept every part of yourself.
Yeah.
I know as a teen I was off putting to adults. So they were like, mm-mm. I remember being called grown. And this is before I knew what grown was, because growing up, I was never called grown. I thought being grown meant that you were sexually active. I did not think grown was an attitude. So I spent like 2 years of my life sad because I thought people thought I was sexually active, and I was like 9. So, I mean, it's just in my family, especially a church-born family, there's rules and regulations. And I was the outspoken one. I was like, well, why would you do that if you call yourself being in the church? Like, why would you do that and then say you love God? Why do I have to go to hell? And you're an adult doing the worst things. I was that kid. So I know that I overextended myself because I wanted to make up for people being off-putting or feeling some way because I'm going to say what I want to say. And can't nobody witness it. My mother can let you.
And then it also sounds like, you know, a little bit of it, like, you know, you probably felt bad and you want to help people and you felt good through helping people through stuff. But, you know, and there may be a little bit of the, you know, you felt validated through helping people and being there for people and letting people know that they were worthy, because that's probably what you were taught to in church. And you were, you know, you were that probably that kind of person. But you got to realize that you're a great person. You don't have to give back anymore. That's over.
Right. Here's the thing, and this is for everyone to hear too. You have to understand that in the Bible, where is it? Psalms. I'm not good with the verses as I should be. You guys like my father in that way. But when it says that your cup runneth over, that's what you're supposed to share with people, the overage. Okay, your cup's half full. That doesn't mean you need to share because you have enough. Okay, you have enough for yourself. Your cup needs to be runneth over. Like the overage is what you're supposed to be sharing. That's what I had to learn. I don't need to share just because I have enough. I don't need to be selfish, but I also don't need to share just because I have to make sure that I have enough. I have my own family to take care of. So if my cup's empty, who's going to pour into mine? I have to keep my cup half full or full.
Yeah.
And then whatever runs over, that's what I can give, because I'm a giving person. That's just naturally who I am. I have to learn to give the overage. I don't need to give just because there's something in my cup.
And then to wrap this up, wait, let me land on this, because if you continue to give, and you know, let's be very clear, those same people are very much not going to give out of their overage, and then that's when your feelings are hurt. They're not going to give when they're not going to give when they're like half empty, half full, or right at their top. You know, they're going to be like, hey, I got to wait. You got to wait. I don't have it to give you. And you're thinking, well, even I didn't really have it to give you, but I still gave it. And then they let you know that, hey, that's just not who I am. And then you're left defeated because you're like, damn, you get confronted with that harsh reality that everybody don't think like you. And they will draw that hard stop. Yeah. Like, all right, but we can keep going, but let me take some more calls.
But yeah.
All right, so we'll take some more. Thanks for chatting. Bye. Okay. We just chatting on here, you all. You know, you just never know. If the energy flows, we keep it going. All right. 3888. Let's talk about it. How are you?
Hey, Armand. How are you?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey. So I was going to share something quick with everybody. Since we are manifesting, I'm reading that book by Joe Dispenza, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself.
Yes.
And I realized that I was manifesting all wrong. And so a lot of people are probably like I was, where they think manifesting is just like maybe speaking it out loud and it'll come into fruition, but it doesn't work like that at all. So just in case anybody feels like they still don't get what manifesting really is, he defines it as having a clear thought and intention. And you also have to have the feeling to go along with it. You can't have just one without the other. He did a study where there were 3 groups. He had the first group to just focus on the thought and not the feeling. The second group focused on only the feeling and not the thought. Both the first and second groups, nothing changed within the DNA or the energy, the energetic field, nothing changed. It was only group 3 that had both the thought and the feeling that actually showed changes in the DNA where the DNA unraveled like up to 25%. So if you don't have both, you're not manifesting correctly, like it's not working. So I realized all the vision boards and like speaking the affirmations where, that might have helped some. I'm not saying it didn't do anything, but I didn't see a lot of those things come into fruition. And it's because I realized I was either saying it, but I didn't really believe that in my, in my heart of hearts.
Yes.
My emotions wasn't feeling it. So you have to really make sure that you have both. And he says, as long as it takes, you know what I mean, get into that state where you're pure consciousness. You're just there, you're relaxing. You're not worried about your environment. You're not worried about the amount of time that's passing by. All you're focusing on is that your intention aligns with how you feel and what it is that you want to manifest. And that's how it actually comes into fruition.
Period. Thank you for that.
In the book, it says, our thoughts send the signal out and our emotions draw into our lives an event to match that emotional frequency. So if you are always feeling like, damn, bad shit always happen to me, or damn, people always take advantage of me, or something like that, then what will happen is you're going to draw into your life somebody that takes advantage of you, or bad situations and circumstances, because that's literally what we're telling our DNA and our emotional frequency. So it has to go and find an event to match that emotional frequency that we're giving off.
Yes. So you in your book. I can hear it. You're in your book and you're having your awakening. Yes. Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
I wanted to share that because we all manifest, and I just want to make sure we manifest in the right way and we really know how to do it. So brain and heart coherence. And
period.
That's all I had to say.
Thank you for that. Yeah. See, I love people that's really just in it and getting more knowledge and doing it for themselves. And I think that's really important. Like she said, it's about speaking it. You definitely have to speak it, visualize it, and believe it. The believing part to me is, if not the single most important piece, because your mind literally, like, and you can have the smallest ounce of doubt and it could like mess you up. But once you've locked in on the idea that this thing is happening and you believe it wholeheartedly, it cannot help but to happen, And I use the example of, you all or anyone who has decided in their mind that I'm going on this trip to Jamaica, or I'm going to go get this new car, I'm going to get this new house. There's been an event in your life where you weren't really too sure about how or when or the outcome or how it would all work out, but you knew that at this moment you had realized that a change was going to happen, and you had committed and you knew and you locked in, and it happened. That is what that is. That's what that feeling is, where it's like, you know what? I've decided today that this is happening. It's that moment. It's not, oh, well, I'm manifesting and I think I want to start a YouTube. No, it's like the YouTube channel is happening. It's done. It's very matter of fact. So that's the best way to like kind of describe it for me. That's how I'm able to know once I'm locked in. Once I decide that it's a matter of fact thing, I'm able to keep that thought right there, and it's like locked like a lock. Because, and that lock is important. You got to imagine. So when you have that thought, let's try this. So now come on up with, look, now this is the Armand method. When you have that thought, I want you to imagine like putting it in the back of your mind or putting it in your head and you're locking it in, right? You put that lock on there. The reason why you put that lock on there is because you don't want the other 60,000 thoughts that are going to come of doubt and maybe, what if, shoulda, coulda, or then maybe your friend plant something in your head. Like, you might leave this life totally empowered. Might have a hater for a husband or a hater for a BFF. Or you might call him and be like, girl, I was thinking about doing that. Like, yeah, you was doing all that. Like, the light bill due. Just bring your energy all the way down. What you doing over there on YouTube? What you doing over there on the phone? We hungry. Don't you know we ain't got no gas? Did you go pick up what's name for school? Did you go do what I told you to? Then you like, shit, I was just on a whole high. Then I done got off of here and now you done brought me down. So now you done forgot. No. Put the lock right there. Because all that comes, right? But the lock allows that not to move. It's set in place. That belief, that matter-of-fact belief. And then so then you can go back and envision it because it hasn't moved. You can see it. You believe it. If you can see it, then if you believe it, you can see it. If you see it, you can believe it. It's all the same thing. You lock that motherfucker in. You don't let those other thoughts creep in and waver. It happens. It gets shaky. It gets rattly. Sometimes the lock get loose. But you got to remember, clamp that back in. See, I'll be lying to tell you that, I just do it all the time. I know some people that are masters at it that are really great, and they know how to just, boom, do it. I'm not there yet. But I realized that I've been manifesting things since I was a kid. Like, and some of them are happening now as an adult, you know? I've always had a thought in my mind that I wanted to write a book. I always said it. I was like, I want to write a book. Me and my mom were talking about it like 4 or 5 years ago. Got a book out. I always knew I wanted the Corvette when I did the Deposit Your Check music video. The first time I said in one. Took me 4 years. I didn't even realize it, but then boom, now I'm sitting in my own Corvette. You know, I always knew, matter of fact, I was going to be moving to LA and living here. That was a matter of fact thing that I manifested from the time I was freaking born and could realize what LA was. I just didn't know how I was going to get here and stay, but it was happening. I knew I was going to be a YouTuber. I knew certain things were going. I knew I was going to work in entertainment. I knew certain things were going to happen. And it just no matter what or who or how much time it took, I knew that it was going to happen. You see? So that was good. All right, let's take another one. 0547, you're live on the air.
Yes, hi, Armand.
Hey, what's going on?
You. I feel like, hey, so I was challenged to get on here. I don't really have anything to say, but okay, I did want to know.
Oh, this is Brittany. You were cutting up in the chat. What's going on?
Yeah, well, yeah. Yes, that's my personality. But anyways, which is why I won't be on here very long because I'm sure I'm going to piss off somebody. But I wanted to know, you had talked from the beginning about how you were going to look into having mentees and all of that. Just wanted to know, and you don't have to answer because I feel like I don't want you to answer, but I do want to know. What are you looking for in your mentees? And I know, like, you've had your own issues with people, you know, not doing you right in terms of those relationships. What can a mentee expect, or do you not have that yet? You just have a desire.
Yeah, I don't even have that yet. I feel like it's just going to fall into place. I definitely know for sure they're going to be a part of here. They're going to be in the Discord. They're going to be like, it's just going to reveal itself. I feel. I feel like our energies are going to align. Then the opportunity is going to be set up. I'm going to have something for to mentee. You know, it's just going to work when it's time to work. But I'm putting that out in the universe. I'm putting that out to the people that surround in the beginning stages because I just love this group. And I just believe that, you know, I'd rather build with this group than, you know, start this with a bunch of people from the outside because I just know that there's some stars out there in these comments. I don't know y'all yet, but there's some powerful people out there. I guess what I'm looking for, if I can say it in simplest terms, like it's going to reveal itself because this is just the beginning. So as time goes on, people will fall off, people will rise up. So I'll know because in due time, the chat will change. Some will leave, some will stay. You know, and so I'm going to be looking for, you know, who's really about this. And it will show itself.
Okay, well, I wish you well on this
Thanks, Boom.
journey. I feel like I manifested this. Obviously, I was following you on your other channel. And actually, when you started this channel, I saw it. I saw that you wanted something different. I thought it was bold of you, especially what I really, really loved was I felt like after the whole Fox Soul thing, like I really felt like I could relate to you. I already knew we were on a similar journey because you did the tarot thing. I'd already been
Mm-hmm.
watching tarot since like 2017, and now I'm talking too much, so I'm gonna get off soon. But my point is that when you came on this channel and you started talking about how maybe some people just don't like me, maybe I rubbed you, like, you know what I mean? I was like, yes, this is my journey. Like I just could relate because I feel like I know I have a good heart, and I feel like you probably have a good heart, but you know there's something inside that's meant for more, and that rubs people the wrong way sometimes. And you feel a
Yes.
need to defend yourself because you know your heart. That's me all day, every day. So yes, you're gonna see me sometimes. I mean, if I was to be a mentee, I'm gonna try to tone it down, but you might see me sometimes go back and forth because you know I have that spice, I have that spark. But I'm genuinely here. I believe in life to make people's lives better, and I've already done that. I love what you said to that other girl about, you know, you've done enough. You know, you've done
Yeah.
enough. I feel the same way. Like, you don't need to continue to prove yourself to people. It's now time for me to do the inner work, which is why I feel like I manifested this. And it's crazy that we're on a similar timeline for this to come together. So I wish you
Yeah.
well, and thank you.
Thank you so much. Absolutely. You know, I listen, it's all love and shout out to you and everybody here in the show. I literally love this energy here. And, you know, and my thing is this people, I feel like they love a good crash out version of Armand, and I do too. But at the same time,
Mhm.
it's like, you know, I noticed that it's easy to fuck with me because of my reputation
Mhm.
sometimes. And it's like, well, he's a bad person. But like that's why I'm like,
He's reactive.
yeah, he's
You're
reactive, and
reactive.
I'm not trying to be a reactive person anymore. I want to be proactive and not reactive, you know. And so, you know, even when people are like, well, people are, you know, doing this and people are doing this, and I'm just like, I don't see it. I don't see it. I'm not focusing on that, and I've not even tried to focus on like people being negative about, you know, the content here or whatever. I don't care because there's a bigger picture here. You know what I'm saying? But with that though, too, we do because we are on YouTube and because we are doing different things. Like I can't give everything out because I do notice that you know some of the stuff is trying to get taken. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I'm still figuring out the formula. But all right. But
But you
thanks,
know what?
Boom.
Can I say something about that,
Yeah.
Armand? Yeah, and I'll leave after this. I think that, you know, I don't know when you started your journey, but I think there's a definite, you know, awakening that's happening globally, right? I know there's people that
Yes.
believe that. And this has been going on for a while. There's nothing new under the sun, right? Like, there's so many things that inspired you and I to be where we are today, like in our
Yes.
understanding of all of this. So I do understand, and I really do understand. Like, you have these ideas you want, because you haven't seen many people, especially you, what you're doing for the group of people that follow your stuff. They probably haven't. You are probably the spark for a lot of people, right? But again, there's nothing new under the sun. You just have
Nothing.
your people that are going to resonate with you. And I think that's the thing. Yeah, you're going to have people who are inspired by your ideas, and they're going to do something similar to you. You know, but it is, you know, I don't want to drag on. But yes, I believe in what you're doing. I'm on a similar path. I hope our paths align. But either way, I love this, and have a great day.
Thanks, Boo. Yes. Period. I love the energy. Okay. 3037. Hey,
Armand!
what's going on?
Hey, I'm Yara Artist.
Oh, what's going on,
I
Boo?
don't even do that. Okay, let me calm down. Okay. So I am on day 18 with everybody. I want to say thank you for just following your path, even though I know it's probably difficult. And I've been here with you while you started your platforms. And one of the things that I want to just point out about your personality is I love the way you navigated hardship, even when you were in that other bag when it comes to like radio and personality and with
Mm.
Fox, not to bring that up. But those are like, that's what kept me, even though that probably was very difficult for you, I was looking how you navigated. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'm looking like, oh, wow. So your resilience and who you are and how you stand up and how you speak, and even when you were speaking about your father, and that's my goal, to make more. And then that prompted me, even though I consider myself a powerful person, it takes those little pushes. So first of all, I wanted to give you that.
Thank you.
You are more than welcome. And so let's get to the bull crap. The bull crap is, this is so transformative.
I'm usually in the chat, guys, posting about how coffee is disgraceful. They need to put the candy to the back every time I go somewhere, because those are the things in which I'm giving up. So I'm on day 18, but technically I'm on day 16 because I downed it like 2 boxes of candy the first 2 days. And so I just wanted to come here. I wanted to say thank you and publicly just give you a hug and embrace you and just be here to support you. Yeah.
Now, you better not eat no more candy because we're too far gone now.
Okay, now listen. Did you see the picture that I just posted? These conferences had coffee and candy. Okay.
Oh, my God.
Right.
You don't need to do that. You better stay away from that because we're making too much progress. Don't do that.
Okay. I will not. Let me just say this, too, because this is very important. And you just
Girl, you done ate you some candy today.
No, I didn't.
You sound like you did. You lying like shit. She done ate some dip. So, okay, girl, you done ate you some dip. She lying like a motherfucker.
The fruit candy. The fruit candy, boo. No.
Okay, so go ahead.
Okay, so in this trip, somebody offered me to go to Grenada, and I was like, usually, I'm like, okay, how am I going to do this? I'm not even about to do it. But since this group, I've definitely been like, no, I'm going to make it happen. So instead of letting those feelings come through about, okay, I can't do it, I don't have the money, where would I get the money? I kind of switched that, and I'm just like, okay, let's go ahead and book it, and then I'll figure the rest out. So
yes! Yes!
Right. Yeah.
And you're going. You're going, and you're going to have a freaking blast.
We going.
But you should be going, like, hopefully you're going after the cleanse so you can really get into some things.
Yeah, it's towards April, at the beginning of April.
Oh, good. So then you can drink or whatever you're doing, or you can eat candy and sweets and stuff.
Baby, it's about to be cracking. So thank you so much, Armand. I love you, and I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, bye. Yes, period. Great. Great show today, guys. Great show. Great show today. I think something that resonated with me that Brittany said is like, we're going through a transformative experience. I do think that we're going through a transformative experience. I think everybody's looking for the great awakening. But I also think that, you know, and I'm trying to be the same person too, right? Because even in the gym, we want to refrain. I mean, it's great, but we want to keep it, right? Because it's easy to fall into the new year, new me. January, February. You know? So I would ask you guys, even after the cleanse, don't just do the cleanse just to get to March 2nd. If you get to March 2nd and don't want no coffee, don't force yourself to drink it. Does that make sense? This is a lifestyle thing that creates residual. So don't just go to the gym from January, February, because that's what you said you was going to do, and then just take the rest of the year off. Like, change. Completely grow into your new self is basically what I'm saying. Okay? Now, for the 60, though, I know y'all going to do what y'all want to do. But focus very, you know, and shout out to the people that was being honest. I think I seen Breezy said he fell off on day 8. He's getting back. We're going to pick you back up. You're going to start over. You're going to do what you want to do, but I will say you got to start from the beginning. And I think that he said that he's going to pick something else. That's cool. You can pick something else if you're not ready to give that thing up, but it shouldn't be something easy. So maybe it's not as hard as that thing because you're just not ready yet. But it can't be something that is a no-brainer because you're doing yourself a disservice. So find something intermediate. And if you can't do that, and if you can't do the full 60, I have a downloadable link in the description box. I'm not doing it with you guys, but there's a 7-day. Try the 7. It's a free download. Try this, a Google Drop. Do the 7. Then work your way up to the 60. Just jump in and do the 7. If you fall off and you fell off and you feel like the 60's too hard, I got a 7. Okay. So, none of my advices are easy, to be honest, due to my circumstances. That's my comfort, but I'll definitely be starting over from day one. Yes. Okay. We got one more caller. Let's see. 7700.
Hey, Armand.
Hey, what's going on?
How are you doing?
Good.
Nothing much. I guess I'm just coming up here to let everybody know I'm on the back end. Me and you had a conversation. I told you my birthday is around this month. I closed on a house. I did my cleanse and manifestation last year.
Yes.
I did my own 90-day cleanse right from like September until December. And I had closed on my home, and I said, I can't start with y'all because my birthday, I did my cleanse, my birthday, but I just want to give a little insight from the other end.
Okay.
So you said something that was really important, like make it a lifestyle. You know, for my birthday every year, I take a little trip because I'm in the airline industry. So I take a little trip for myself. I just closed on my house. So this year I did just Cancun, something cute, all-inclusive, whatever. I started drinking again because my cleanse was no sex, no drinking, and no more vapes. That was my cleanse.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, I'll go ahead and I'll have my cocktails. It's all-inclusive. I'm about to drink. I'm about to have a good time. On the beach, they were selling, like, vapes. I didn't even want one. It was like when I gave it up, it wasn't even though I'm in my enjoy yourself phase, it's okay, treat yourself, it wasn't even nothing. It wasn't even like an issue for me. I'm like, no, I'm good. I don't even need that. I'm saying this to say now that, like, you know, I'm not even tripping about drinking like that. It's not that big of a deal. But I am now, and I'm like, I kind of want to vape. And I think it's important to know if you don't make it a lifestyle, once you start one thing, once you pick one thing back up, other things will follow. So when I start drinking again, it's like, now I want the vape. Before, I wasn't even tripping about it. Like when I cleansed it out, I wasn't thinking about it. I had my drinks for my birthday. I'm drinking back coffee again in the morning. Now I want the vape feel. So it's like, just note everybody, like, if you give it up, like you said, Armand, give it up for real, make it a lifestyle, even after your March 1st. If it's not important to you, it's not important to you. But no, once you start one thing, it's kind of like you start slacking in other areas. And I'm not going to beat myself up about it because I know my strength and I know what's important for my body, my life. Like, I look at my body as a true temple, and I do go through those phases of, okay, it's time to tighten up. Like, okay, you're letting yourself go candy, you're eating too much, or you know, you're not going to the gym, you're not drinking enough water. I can feel when, okay, you need more vegetables, you need more fruit. I can feel that. So I want people, like you said, to enjoy this process with you, but after make this a healthy journey to where you don't have to keep up with the crowds. You don't have to do it on your own time. I'm going to do another cleanse probably right when you guys finish or in April. And that's because, like I said, around this time of the year, it's my birthday, so I like to enjoy myself. But also, I like to do it at a time where I'm really challenging myself, because it's easy to go along with people. Everybody's talking about it. It's a fad. Everybody doing it. Let's just all new year, new me, new journey, whatever. It's January 1st. I like to do it when nobody else is, because that is going to push me. Like when I was doing it last year in September, October, my friend invited me to the club. I literally just ordered a seltzer water, and he pulled out his bait. You know, I had to be strong enough to be like, if I'm going to go out, I'm going to order the seltzer water. Otherwise, I need to keep my butt in the house, because I'm not strong enough to go out and go to the club and not say no.
Yeah.
So you got to have enough strength to say no when it's time. When you're really doing this, say no, do what you got to do. But I'm going to get your book. Once you guys finish, I'm still keeping up. I'm watching your videos. I'm keeping up. I'm listening to what everybody is saying. I love your journey. First of all, Armand, you look good, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, as y'all getting into the body,
I'm trying to get a little bit. I'm
love
trying to work it out. I'm getting there.
You looking good.
Thank
and
you.
It's not just outer, it's inner. And I've watched you from the very, very beginning, Armand, when you had your braces. And
Oh, wow.
I've watched you a long time, yes. And I'm just proud of you're like my best friend in my head, because I turn you on when I'm driving to work, or when I just want to catch up on a little whatever. I put you on, and it's like I've watched just little parts of you, but I could tell you have such a good heart. You know what I'm saying? You know, you're in this industry. You're in the industry of gossip and blah, 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 blah. And you were talking about it the other day, like, I'm stuck between this rock and a hard place where do I, tune in into, the celebrity gossip, whatever, because that's my moneymaker, that's my job. But then on the back end, I have a group of people that's leading me, or that I'm leading, and you don't want to stray everybody to go the
I
wrong
can't do
route.
that. I just can't do it.
Right.
I can't do it.
Of course. But I also want you to remember, intentions are everything.
Yeah.
And you lead with love. You lead with love. A part of society and culture nowadays is information and gossip. The difference between what one person might talk about and what another person might talk about is their intent, how they come about it. We're not going to say other, YouTubers' names, but you can tell when somebody just being nasty. And then you can just tell, this is just what's out there. I'm just here to let you know. But again, this ain't that time. You know what time you're in, but don't beat yourself up, because we watch the news. We watch ABC News. We watch, everything don't have to be salacious.
Yeah.
And, it don't have to be so dirty. Let's get this person and let's just talk trash and let's just.
Yes.
No, this is my job. I'm telling you what it is, because your next phase, and I've already seen it on you, and what I'm praying on you is television. You've already had that, what is it? Fox Soul.
Yeah.
So your next is TV, and that's on you. So I think that's another, maybe a challenge or whatever God wants you to zone in on. How can I have this salacious information or this, and how can I present it in a way that's just simply information, or in a news type way, to where I'm not coming from a negative place. I'm not coming from a bad place, but this is my job. There's lawyers. You might have to defend a crook who did wrong, but you still have to get paid, your job is to go up there and defend.
Yeah, I think for me, this process not only is like it's building a tribe, but two, the inner workings of it was to detach myself from the personal effects of it, because I think for a while I was in it and it got so personal, and I don't know where it got personal for me. It got the lines got so blurred when it was like content creators and celebrities, and everything got so many now, but I needed to see what it was. It got so messy, so muddy, and I came out of that situation by myself. Like literally, I mean, I don't with nobody. Like from celebrity to you, like there's nobody really that is like my friend, in that space. So it's just like, but going back into it at this point, it would be more so business. Nothing would be personal for me at all at
That's
this
it.
point because it's like I've seen everybody for who they are.
That's it. Business is business, and I'm keeping it right there.
Mm-hmm.
And
I have no expectation.
That's it. That's it. And we also, everybody who you might break bread with, it was just a dinner. After that, I'm going to my real life. It might have been a dinner. This is it's just an interaction for this one moment, and I have to keep it pushing. I'm not even taking this as we besties. This is just a time where we're social networking, getting to know what we need to do for business standpoint. But after that, I'm not taking this home as we besties now. As we get older, we realize people really move in business, especially people who do have, a certain kind of wealth. People not really adding new friends to they chart. That's not how that works. People ain't adding new friends like that. If you wasn't rocking with me back in the 2000s, we're just really, associates, business partners. We're not besties. And that's another vocabulary where everybody ain't your best friend. Everybody ain't your friend. It's okay. That's just my associate. It's okay. That's just my coworker. That's just, everybody don't have to be in your business. You don't have to know everybody's business, because the more you know, the more information, and that's when it get messy, so.
But I also think for me, it was just like, it's kind of nice, like looking on the other side and watching, like, you see, like, there's just a circle, like, over the years, it's the same stories, the same characters. It's just like, this is like, and it's like, ugh, it's the same shit.
And Armand, understand that all that glitters ain't gold. When you see other people acting as though they chummy with certain people, we don't know what's really going on behind the scenes. They might be, you know what I'm saying? Like, all that glitters ain't gold, and y'all might be cool for the cameras, but that person ain't calling you like that. Y'all not just sitting up, chopping it up just for real, because everybody got their own lives. So you might be cool. We're business. First of all, you can see how these celebrities would disown you in a heartbeat if something go down. Look at how Jay disowned Diddy, and we're not getting into that, but this is a positive space. But the point that I'm making is all that glitters is not gold. So just because one person might advertise on their social media or in the public site that, oh, we close, this is my homie, we tight like that, behind closed doors, they're not calling you like that and let you get into any mess. They're gonna disown you. We're not that close. We're not that cool. I might, take a picture with you. We might do a little business, but we're not cool like that. Plain and simple. So it's business. This is business. And people, you catch more bees with honey than you do vinegar, as my grandmother say. So they might show that they're kind and they're nice and they play coy and cute out in public, but behind closed doors, you're not that close to me. My personal business, my personal family is very sacred. And once I feel like you're on the other side. So looking at other people and what they got, it ain't that glittery. I just don't believe it. You know what I'm saying? You can read between the lines of what I'm saying.
Yeah. No, I'm just looking. But I'm a little refreshed to just look out, and I don't have 3,000 people in here, and I'm arguing with y'all. Or I'm on Twitter and it's like, I'm like, there's memes of my dad and my mom. It's just like, oh, because I have opinion over someone I don't give a fuck about. Like, like I'd rather hear about how you just bought your brand new house and how you're a flight attendant, because now, like you said, people that got their money and got their opportunities, they're not looking to build. I'm trying to build linear connections. So You could be a connection for me, somebody else in this chat. Like I could be building my team where we can all be making 6-7 figure dollar incomes. Like, why are we still trying to look at these niggas that's not trying to work together when we can be building our own? Like, I'm done focusing on motherfuckers that's not going. Like, I'd rather work with people that we can get it together, because that is the new wave.
Sure.
Like,
That
niggas is not niggas. You can't manifest with people that already have it, because they looking at you like, I'm here already. You need something from me.
Right.
So at that point, it's more like I need to find my tribe of people, but then I also like the idea of inspiring people. I like community, Community is so dope. Hearing each and every one of you guys' different stories, that sends off a different type of feeling and adrenaline in me, than, getting a follow from Nicki Minaj. I mean, I love her down, but like that is like McDonald's. To me, this is more like better, healthier eating, because, maybe I have 20,000 people there, or I'm viral for Nicki Minaj, but those are Nicki's fans. Those are Nicki supporters. You guys come here for me and for our transformation here, and you guys are riding and supporting Armand Wiggins. You guys are buying the books. You guys are in the Discord. This is where you're my supporters. You're my community of people, and that is what matters to me. And on top of that, you guys are growing and getting, helping each other out and feeling better about yourself, losing weight and making money and spending money. Like, that's good energy from me. And I feel like I only get blessed because of that too. So like everyone will get blessed, but I'm saying like that only benefits me to keep a group like this around me, because it's like, why wouldn't you want to keep a group of positivity? I've seen what it does for me to have to foster a following of negativity. It got me known. It made me a lot of money. I'm not going to sit up here and hate on it, but it had me viral on the internet. It had my family. It had my family upset. Only thing it did do is give me visibility. You guys are here now. It made me a lot of money. I liked it, but it didn't give me the fulfillment. It also gave me a bunch of people that knew me and watched me, but never wanted to do bigger business with me. There should be no reason why I haven't had bigger business opportunities or bigger business things. Like, but there's only so far you can go in that niche. It looks big, but no one really makes it out.
That's true. And that type of business, like you said, you can go up, up, up and be high, 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 but the fall is really hard. If
you have to fall hard.
Right.
Because that's how the story ends.
Exactly. And we've seen it. And where you're at right here, it's a coast. But you're inclining in a way to where you're blessing other people, and there's nowhere to fall because there's a cushion here. It's positive. What can you say about a person? Now, you can be the negative one. Yeah. Somebody else can be the negative one and be like, oh, he da-da-da-da-da-da-da. He's this, that, and the third. You're reaching and you're looking for something. But where can you fall? There's a cushion there when you have a certain positivity. And that's the difference between a person who, like you said, has that niche that's going in that negative light. And like you said, it can bring a lot, but the moment one thing happens, you fall extremely hard and it hurts more because there's an ego thing that's being fed. Whereas this is inner spiritual growth. And you're blessing people in a way, Armand, to where God wants, I feel like, in my opinion, God has a way to say, you can do whatever you want in this world. You can be in TV. You can be a doctor, a lawyer, a singer, a dancer, whatever. But are you showing how you can be a light? Because that's what I am. Are you a light? You can do whatever. You can change your careers 1,000 times. I don't care. This world is big enough to where you can be whatever you want to be. But there's those who want to take the gifts that I've given you, and you can turn it nasty and negative and not be no type of positive influence. Or you can take your gifts and you can inspire others, because it's about a revolving circle. Once you do it, you pass it on to the other, and then they pass it on to the next, and then they pass it on. So it's our job to be the light to one another so that it can keep going. That's how God continues to be talked about. Positivity continue to grow. If everybody stopped and everybody being nasty, that's why this social media thing is so funny, because it can go dark so quickly. It can be so sexualized. It can be so nasty. It could be so, but it's our job. There's particular people that brings a certain light. Everything don't have to be so dark. And I remember.
Well, then too, I just don't want to have to be. I don't want to listen. I love getting into the tea. I love like, but I don't want to. I don't want to be the person who is only. That's the only thing I can bring to a person's day. Is like because the little bit of me feel like, girl, what do I look like getting up? How I look getting up, thinking about what you got going on every day. I'm our mom, baby. I don't give a. Like true. Honestly, honestly, I don't give up about none of you, mother. You know what I'm saying? And so, but it's just like, but I think so. Even I'm not going to neglect the channel, but I do think that there's just a different way that I have to figure out how to do it. But at the same time, while we're leading people back to the cleanse, while we're leading people here, and people are seeing real results, this is a great focus. And I just think that for me, I'm not good at multitasking too much. And I just think that when we're leading here and the energy is so right, I can't break that right now. I just can't break it.
And I feel like once this is over with, it's going to be clear. Your next pivot, how you need to present it, what needs to be done. This is all a part of the journey, Armand. This is all a part of the journey. This is a part of your next journey for your next TV show, for the next cast and crew with, for the next, whatever supporting or main lead role you got going on. All of this is a part of it. And I had to realize that when I bought my home. I went through so much, gone through so much, and I had to break myself down to say, okay, what was all of this for? And before I knew it, for this, in the mix of it all, in the mix of the mess, or in the mix of the downs and the crying and the personal issues, God, do you hear me? What is going on? Why am I going through this? Why can't I depend on nobody? Why am I feeling like I'm always doing and I'm never receiving anything? What is wrong? And all of that was a certain kind of strength that I had to endure to take me to the next level. So all of this, Armand, all of the whatever you were going through, whatever you had to endure on your own, it's taking you to the next level. I already see it. You're on TV because you have the right motive. People want to work with business people. People want to work with positive people. You're already cutting into those spaces. So you're on the right road, and I can't wait to see you. I'm here to support from the very beginning. I'm going to get off because I'll be getting long-winded. All right, y'all. God
All
bless.
right, boo. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, y'all. We did how many days? Okay, so that means tomorrow y'all getting a short one because, child, y'all done messed up my whole cleaning day. What we did? 2 hours and a half. The spirit just led, didn't he?
Thank you for using BlogTalk Radio. Goodbye.
Ciao. Ciao. Somebody said, yeah, girl, that ADD was kicking it. Girl, that's probably why I talked so long, because I definitely had to take my ADD medicine, child. So I was in here. Attention. Y'all got my attention, child. When I take my medicine, girl. Whew. Yeah. Bitch has ADHD. It's no shade. Okay. So listen. It's a good time. I got to go. It's been 2 hours. I'll see y'all on day 19. Bye.